Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, that means you love my content. I'm gonna show you guys how I achieved this quick weave. It was super easy. I absolutely love the way it turned out, so if you're interested, keep on watching. Alright guys, so let's get right into this video. I got 4 bundles from AliExpress. This vendor was BINF, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this was not the best bundles. One thing about me is I'm pretty honest when it comes to hair reviews and stuff, and it came with a red clip-in, some stocking caps. They're really good, but the hair itself was not the best. As you guys can see, the hair looks really stiff. Like, the quality is not the best, but I don't know, lately AliExpress wigs and weaves have not been hitting like it used to hit. But what I did was I washed it with silicone mix, and you guys, I absolutely live for silicone mix. I just feel like it helps bring back the weave to like life, and this is how it looks after I washed it. It definitely gave it some more shine, made it more loose, and just makes it look a lot better. But still, it's not the best, but it definitely worked for the hairstyle that we want to achieve today. And the color was absolutely like spot on. That's one thing I could give to them. But the quality, I'll probably give it like a 6 out of 10. I'm not even lying to you guys. Alright, so let's get right into the hairstyle. So this is my first time doing a quick weave. I want to do a side part, but because this is my first time, I'm going to do a middle part because I know a middle part looks good on me. So if you're doing a middle part, you just want to make sure that the part is actually in the middle, okay? Because if it's not in the middle, it's going to look like your whole hair is like shifted, and it's going to look botched, and it's not going to look good. So once you section off the middle part, you just want to take parts off from the side as well. I don't take off my whole side, just a little bit, just to make sure that it looks blended and looks a little bit more natural. In case I want to put up in a ponytail, the tracks at the front are covered by my natural hair, and it just gives it a nice clean finish just to make it look more natural. So now we're going to start off with the foundation of our hair. I always say foundation is key to having a good hairstyle. If your foundation is not good, your hairstyle is not going to turn out good. So always make sure that your foundation is nice and neat in order to have a really good hairstyle. If you have a lot of hair, you can definitely braid it smaller, but I don't have thick hair, so this braid or this size of braid works best for me. So you can just adjust it to what works best for you, just to ensure that your install is looking really good. So you can see that I'm connecting the end of the first braid to the middle of the second braid, and that will just ensure that my install is really flat. And if you do this for around your whole head, then you will have absolutely no problem when it comes to installing your tracks. You could definitely use the same method to install your wigs, U-part wigs, lace wigs, whatever the case may be. And you can also use this method to do sew-ins as well. But if you're doing it for a sew-in, I highly recommend you doing it much smaller. That way you can fit in more tracks and it just looks way flat. Like, the key to all of this is to have a flat install. So you're going to do this same method for your whole head, and then once you're done, it should look something like this. It's connected all around, so that way you have less hair to like pull up in the back, and you don't have to worry about all that extraness, and you could get to start with the quick weave. So one thing you want to do now is grab a pencil. I just use my white eyeliner to outline your leave out. This will tell you where to stop gluing, because you don't want to glue on your hair, especially if you're having leave outs. So this will just tell you where to stop gluing, and then it'll just give you like a guideline. So this next step is optional. I prefer to do this, but I like to sew on the cap onto my hair. This will just ensure that the cap is not sliding back, and it also makes the longevity of this hairstyle last way longer than when it's not. Especially if you go to the gym and you sweat a lot, I highly suggest you try sewing on the stocking cap to your hair. That'll just make sure that the wig cap does not slip back after a couple days or weeks. So if you want to have this hairstyle in for a longer period of time, I highly suggest you just sew the cap onto your hair, and it'll just make the hairstyle last a little bit longer. So this is my first time using the Weave Wonder Wrap. You guys, honestly, TikTok made me buy it. It says that it will protect your hair from the glue, so I'm just going to use that. And I might be the only one that smells products when I buy it. I don't know, I just like a good smelling product that like will definitely convince me to keep on buying it. But yeah, so I'm just putting this on top of my stocking cap just to prevent the glue from sticking onto my natural hair when I do place the glue on. Don't be fooled, y'all. This product is really sticky and messy. It got all over my neck, and you just want to make sure that when you place it onto your head that you're wearing clothes that you really don't care about. But it's really easy to remove off of your hand, and whatever part of your hair you don't get, you could just spray some Got2b glue, and that's what I did, just to make sure that your whole head is protected. Also, make sure you don't pass the line where your leave out is. Again, you want to use that line as your guideline, and you don't want to put this product onto that part of your hair because you don't want it to be on your leave out, making your leave out dirty. So just make sure that you use your guidelines and make sure that you don't put it on that part of your hair. So once that is all done, you want to make sure that everything is dried. I use my hand blow dryer and I dried it for about 10 minutes just to make sure that everything is intact, and that's when you can start gluing the tracks onto your hair. So for Quickweave's, placement is key. You see for my first track, I am wrapping it basically around my whole head from the start to the end. I want to make sure that the hair falls in my face rather than away from my face. So I'm going to put that track exactly where my leave out starts. And I do this for about 2 or 3 tracks just to begin with. That way I know my hair is full and is falling forward rather than backwards and to the side. So once you're done measuring, you could use your glue of choice. I use the Salon Pro 30-second bonding glue and just put the glue on the track. Honestly, you don't need too much, but make sure that you have a good amount so that way the track will stick onto your head, and you could just hold it taut on your head for about 30 seconds, not even 30 seconds to be honest with you guys. Just put it on for about 10 seconds and the glue will dry in 30 seconds, and then you can just move on to the next track. So the key for good retention is making sure that you pull the weave taut and not just placing it on, but actually pulling it tight and pressing down the hair onto your scalp. Also, if you feel like the placement's not right, you could move the weave to make sure that you have the correct placement, and then make sure that you press the weave onto your scalp and you pull it taut, so that way the retention of this hairstyle will be much longer. So I do the same method again. I just measure it from my leave out on one end to the other end, put glue on it, and I place it onto my scalp. I do it for about, again, 2 or 3 tracks, and then after I'm done those 3 tracks, I just start gluing my hair across, making sure that the back and the sides are full. So I personally don't pass the blow dryer after every track because I'll never finish. So after I do like 4 or 5 tracks, I just pass it on for like about 30 seconds just to make sure that the glue is bonded. But again, you don't have to do this after every track because the 30-second glue is just that. It bonds in literally 30 seconds. But just to make sure that the track stays, you can use a blow dryer and then it will be good to go. Honestly, you guys, this is literally all you have to do. Just keep on going around and around until you reach your white line or wherever you marked your leave out. And then once you mark your leave out, then you're basically almost done. So once you reach there at the leave out part, you want to make sure that you cut that stockings off. Now this part is where you have to really be careful because you don't want to end up cutting your natural hair. So I suggest taking your time, you guys. Take your time. I started doing this on camera, but because I was too scared to cut my hair, I just went off camera and I just cut the stockings. Also, if you find that the stocking cap is tight, once you cut that part off, you're gonna find relief. Okay, I found so much relief. Even though the stocking cap wasn't that tight, I still found relief once I started cutting that stocking cap off. But again, take your time, making sure that you don't cut your leave out, and then you are good to go. And then once you are done, you're gonna put one more track just to keep it as close to the leave out as possible without touching the leave out, and that will ensure that your hair looks full and there's no gaps between the leave out and the weave. So once that is done, you basically just style your quick weave to how you want it. I wanted to put crimps in it because that is the hairstyle that you guys chose on my Instagram page. Again, if you guys are not following me on Instagram, make sure you guys do, because that's how you guys determine what hairstyle I do next. So what I'm gonna do is just put protective serum from BioSilk, and just make sure that my hair is protected. I'm gonna blow dry, use my Hot Tools blow dryer brush. I absolutely love that blow dryer brush, you guys. I got it from Winners for about 40 bucks. Goodbye. And you're just gonna style it to however you want it. So I'm just gonna style it and you guys are gonna see, and then I'll show you guys how it looks at the end. Honestly, you guys, I'm not even lying to you when I tell you that crimping process probably took longer than me putting in the weave. Like, it took so long. Like I told you guys, the hair wasn't the best, but it actually turned out really good. Like, I'm pretty shocked. So this is how it looks 360. I like the crimps, I like the curls. It's kind of fresh for me. Like, you know when you just freshly get your hair done and it looks too fresh? I like it when it gets a little bit old. So I came back to show you guys how it looks, and this is how it looks the day after. It kind of fell, which I love. So it gave it more like a wavy than a crimp, which I thought was really cute as well. But honestly, the first look looked really good as well. This hairstyle was 10 out of 10. Super easy, beginner friendly. You can absolutely try it anytime. If you want that sew-in look without the sewing and the time, definitely opt to go for Quickweave. I'm definitely gonna try this hairstyle again. I absolutely love it. But if you guys enjoyed this video and you guys like the hairstyle, make sure you guys give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and also share this video to others as well. Thank you guys for joining me in this video, and I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.